This is the oDyno system. This is the manual version. So a common problem with electric bikes is they're expensive. You basically always have to have the motor engaged because the motor is otherwise a drag on your pedaling, and they are fairly stealable. Now this is our attempt to solve the problem. The front brake is replaced with these two motors. You can notice that they're not touching the wheel. The wheel is free to move, so when you're not actually using the electric motor, you got a bit of extra weight, but you don't have any extra friction. The whole setup here, now this is a prototype, so it looks like a mess of wires, but the whole setup here is monolithic. You just remove it and put a regular brake back on. It works like an electric wheel, except this is immensely cheaper and simpler to remove. It's only one screw. And as for the other thing it will do for you is that this also acts as a smart brake. For example, I'm sure you're familiar with it. You're braking your bike, you pull the front brake super tight, and you flip yourself over. That's happened many times. This prevents it from happening because these motors are engaged as a brake, while allowing a bit of movement. And what this does is that since the braking force from a magnetic brake is proportional to the speed, this thing will just slow itself down naturally. To come to a complete stop, you just use the back brake, which is left untouched, obviously. Controls are very simple. You just pull the brake. There's a little button here, which in Europe and Australia can be replaced by a pedaling sensor, because that's what the law requires. So you just pull the brake and run. Now this is braking. If you let go of the button and the brake, it will just count. It will just coast. So you don't even need a throttle. You just kind of pulse. You just kind of pulse the button here. You can have a throttle if you want, but we wanted to do something as simple as possible here. For example. You just let go and then you just coast. Now this is a prototype, so this is still hitting a little bit, but there we go. Now the motors only engage when they need to. And that's the end of the demo. The next demo will be this system with the automatic brake.